I open up my own arm wrestling club and I want you to do the same. In this video, I'll give you the blueprint with the exact steps that you will need to follow to open up your own arm wrestling club and get your first 10 active members. I'm going to assume that you will start completely at zero, without any place to train and without any members. Some of you won't need all the steps given, because you may already have some of the pieces that are required to open a club. Analyze your situation and see what you actually need, and you have already accomplished any of the steps given, just move to the next one. So let's get straight into it, and the first step is to create a list with all the arm wrestling clubs that are in your region. If you live in a small country, you can write down all the clubs from your country. You can find arm wrestling clubs by searching for them on the search engine, Instagram, Facebook, or even YouTube. Another option would be to contact the Arm Wrestling Federation from your country and ask them what arm wrestling clubs are in your region. When you have the list of all the clubs, go to Calc Maps. Mark every arm wrestling club on the map, and from each of those clubs, draw a radius outward. Make each radius large enough so that your own city lies outside of the circle. The larger the distance to the next arm wrestling club, the better it is. You do this whole process to show that there are no other clubs in your region, and that what you will do is something unique. You will understand it better in the next steps. Let's do an example together so that you know exactly what to do. Let's imagine you want to open up an arm wrestling club in Atlanta, Georgia. And let's imagine the next club is in Columbus. You will draw a circle from Columbus outwards, but make sure your city, Atlanta, is not in the circle. The next club is Birmingham. You follow the same process. The next one is Dublin. I think you understand what I mean. Do this with all the clubs in your region and take a screenshot. Step number 2, you go on the internet and find all the gyms and fitness centers that are in your city. You write them all down. All of them, even the small gyms. All the locations that you have just written down are potential locations where you and your team will train later. Step number 3 is where you start executing. You go to all the locations that you have written down and ask for an appointment with the owner. You can also write them an email, but I recommend that you go there in person because it shows your determination. You basically tell them that you have a new idea, something special, which none of their competitors are doing and which will benefit the gym owner. Believe me, most of them will accept your request to sit down with you after hearing this. The next step is meeting with the gym owner and presenting him your idea. Your idea is that you want to open up an arm wrestling club in your city, and you like to have a place in his gym where you and your future club members can do the table time sessions. The most important part is to make sure the gym owner understands how much you will gain by accepting your offer. Here are some points that you can use to make yourself more persuasive. The first is the map that you created in step number 1, which shows that there is no arm wrestling club in your region, and this is a very big opportunity for the gym owner to have something special in his area. Make sure he understands that this will put him above his competitors. Secondly, all you ask for is a room or a space in the gym where you can train. The place doesn't have to be big. As long as 2 arm wrestling tables fit in, it is more than enough. Then you can also negotiate with him so that the people who are in the arm wrestling club must also be members of the gym. By doing this, he has everything to gain and nothing to lose. It's also important to negotiate in a way so that you don't have to pay any rent. You have to be creative and think your own model through, which will benefit you and your team the most. The way I handle this is that every arm wrestling club member that is not a gym member must pay $10 per month to the gym owner. If you are a gym member, you don't have to pay anything extra, just the membership. You can copy my model, or as I said, you can be creative and come up with something new. You do this process with all the gym owners in your area. Believe me, you will get at least one that will agree to your terms. If you have more than one gym owner that wants to partner up with you, choose the best option. More than that, if you have multiple gym owners that find your idea interesting, you now have leverage. This means you can start negotiating even more. For example, what I did is get the gym owner to be the sponsor of the arm wrestling club, which means he will buy all the equipment needed. like arm wrestling tables or training handles. After you've done this in the right way, you will have a space to train. Step number 5 is acquiring an arm wrestling table. You don't have to buy any fancy table. There are a lot of options on Amazon where you can buy a table for $150. If you want to go even cheaper, build yourself a wooden table. Just make sure that all the measurements are exactly the same as professional tables that are used at competitions. The next step is getting people to know about your arm wrestling club. You start first with telling everybody you know about your club. Set a fixed day where you meet and train on the table. This should help you get the first 2 or 3 members. If you don't have any friends that are interested, start telling people in the gym that arm wrestling training is taking place at their gym. This should also get you 2 to 3 members. I'm telling you this from experience. Arm wrestling is something everyone wants to try. So you won't have any problem finding a few people in your gym that want to try it out. Here I also have to tell you that arm wrestling has a very high rate of people leaving, primarily because of the pain. So if you get 5 people to start, don't be discouraged if only 1 sticks to the sport after a few months of training. The next step, after having a fixed day where you pull on the table and 3 to 4 active members, is to create a logo and a name for the club. You can create a logo with AI tools, or of course you can draw a logo by yourself. For the name, you can brainstorm some ideas with your club members and choose the one you like the most. After that, create an Instagram and Facebook profile with the name and the logo. I haven't done this, but you can try to put the name of your city together with arm wrestling as a username. For example, Atlanta Arm Wrestling or Columbus Arm Wrestling. By doing this, you make it easier for people to find you. And make sure you post as much as possible. It doesn't have to be fancy videos. Just some pictures and videos from your training sessions is more than enough. You can also add the address of your arm wrestling club on Google Maps, which makes it even more easy for new people to find you. But tell this to the gym owner before you do it, because it will be the exact same address as his gym. And the last and final step is registering your club. I can't help you with this because every country has different rules and steps that you must follow. But I will tell you how to get all the necessary information. You will have to get in contact with your federation, and they will help you with all the information you will need. They will tell you what legal steps you will have to follow to make your club official. You will have to register your club only if you want to take part at the national championship. If not, you can just train with your team, get stronger, get experience, and figure out later on if you want to make the club official or not. You can pull normal tournaments because most of them don't require you to be in a club. Now, let me tell you my journey. I was for the first time on the arm wrestling table in January 2023. But because there was no club in my area, I had to drive nearly 160 miles every time I wanted to practice on the arm wrestling table. I did this for 1.5 years, where I would drive every 2 to 3 weeks to the club to be able to train on the table. Then, slowly, the idea of opening my own arm wrestling club in my own city started to take root in my head. After I decided to open my own arm wrestling club, it took me 3 months until we had our first table session. I didn't have anyone that could teach me how to do it effectively. So that's why I wanted to share with you how I did it and how everyone can do it. Just be ready to put in some work, that's all you need. These are all the steps that you must follow if you want to open up your own arm wrestling club. If you have any questions, write them down in the comment section. I will answer them all. Also, if you have any questions on your way to opening a club or need help, you can write me and I will help as much as I can. I want to see as many new clubs as possible, so let's make the sport of arm wrestling bigger and more popular. Also, if this video helped you, you can support the channel. The link is down below. Keep your eyes on this channel. Great stuff is coming.